welcome to the social space, the hot Wichita Falls talk show.
I think that's the first time you've ever described it as that.
Eric Crossland here, one of the hosts over there, Jackie Hager. Hey, did you know they don't serve okra at Chili's?
No.
No, they don't.
Now you
Matt
do.
called.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt Hamilton checked. Has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
To your left, I'm glad we're all here, actually.
Yes.
Show 101. Andrew Bell, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Good.
Wait a minute. Did you just say show 101?
101. And there's a surprise waiting right over there that's going to be, that's joined us to make the show bigger. We're going to first introduce our guest because you can't hold her down. She's over. She's ready to jump in. Ann Ogden dropped the Arnold right
We whatever you like.
in. It is still Ann Arnold Ogden? Mm-hmm. Okay, I've been on to
It
this.
depends if you're the federal government or the state of Texas or our insurance. It's all,
Okay,
I only
yeah,
answer to
stuff.
whatever.
Well, are you, and you're here for the, you represent the Art Alliance,
That's
of
right.
course. And then joining us on the piano over there,
Yes.
Anthony Ailey. Look, he's our band from now until he gets tired of it.
Okay.
So it becomes too much trouble. And
It was nice having you.
this will be it. And he's going to play us in and out of breaks, and during the breaks and at the end of the show.
That's
and all that.
awesome.
So Anthony, thanks. We're going to get him a mic. We only had one extra one, and that's for the piano this week.
Well, let's make it happen. Okay.
Jackie. Real quick, News Channel 6, that is one of our sponsors. Saw Ann Ogden there at noon today doing an interview.
Good.
Earlier this week.
Earlier this week, yes, because, yeah.
That's right.
Town Square Media, that's our audio partner. They play us Saturdays at 10 a.m. And then Impact Signs and Falls Truck Center, Tanya and Sean Choate. They are our other partners in crime. Okay, Ann, because this is our first time meeting.
Right? It's very nice to meet you.
Could you tell me a little bit about yourself? And also, if people don't know what the Alliance is, there's other associations that have art in the word, you know. So
Yes, there are. There's lots. We are what you would call a local arts agency. So a lot of cities have cultural affairs departments, and that is our role basically in Wichita Falls, except we're a nonprofit. So we provide arts programming, we provide support to artists and arts organizations, and we do our own, activities and projects and public art and whatever we can do to make sure more people experience the arts in Wichita Falls.
that's
cool.
nice.
Yeah.
And speaking of like public art, y'all are currently working on like a life-size statue.
Yes, we are. We're calling it the Legends Project. And
Okay.
So
Is this the one of me?
No, absolutely not. We are. We're
you imagine?
actually hoping to honor Charlie Ferris, who was the first African American licensed to practice law, male or female, in the entire state of Texas.
Wow.
Wow.
So we
From here?
From Wichita
Oh,
Falls.
wow.
She went off to school at Prairie View A&M. She went to law school at Howard University in D.C., and she actually worked on several huge cases, Brown versus Board of Education with
Wow.
Thurgood Marshall. She was working with him on that case, and she came back to Wichita Falls and practiced up until her death. So in conjunction with the sculpture project and fundraising for that, we have an exhibition up at the Museum of North Texas History now, and it sort of is a timeline of her life
Very cool.
paralleled with the civil rights movement. So
Now
really
that I think
interesting.
about it, that's a way better person to use
Well,
for the statue than
maybe the next life-size bronze sculpture we
no
do.
Idea. I had no idea about that story. What a great story to have here on Women's
Her
History.
son is a principal here in Wichita Falls.
Oh, wow.
At a writer, I believe, Dr. Ferris, and
I would bet a lot of people don't realize that story, that this really does exist and that she was born and raised here, went off, came back to practice. Where are you guys thinking of putting this life-size statue
so
of
this
her?
project actually was brought to us by Judge Gossam.
Gosh.
So this was a project that was near and dear to him, and we really want to honor her contributions. When she worked at the courthouse, there were actually separate bathrooms and water fountains. She was not allowed to use the same water fountains as her peers.
Wow.
So a lot has changed, and she really broke down so many barriers. So it will be right there, long answer to say, the courthouse, the courthouse lawn, right across from where her office was for many, many years.
So that's the lawn if you were driving up 8th?
There's a war memorial on one side,
Yes.
and her monument will be on the other side.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Is this something that might continue, more lifestyles, or life-size statues of?
It's certainly a big project. I'm open to it for sure. But I think this one will have incredible meaning.
I do too.
Absolutely.
The sculptor we've selected, his name's Dixon out of Lubbock. And he has done some work that is incredible outside the Smithsonian museums. There's a piece of his at the Pentagon. And he lives in Lubbock.
Wow.
So another Texas artist, he's working on a great piece for Lubbock, for Waco, Texas, the Doris Miller sculpture. So he is as amazing as Miss Ferris. So we're honored that he's chosen to work with us as well.
So Ann, how is this project being funded?
So we are raising money from the public, from individuals. We received some foundational support, and we're grateful for that for sure. But we are asking for funds to help make this a reality.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, how can people do that? How can they donate?
This is the part where I have to cheat.
Okay.
So if you have to edit this or put a graphic up, you can go to our website, which is wichitafallsarts.org. Go to current projects and find the Legends Project. There's information there, so you can go online. You can also text the word legend to 53555. And those will go directly to this project account. We've also got an account set up at the Community Foundation, the Wichita Falls Area Community Foundation.
Yes.
And you can just designate it toward the Wichita Falls Alliance for Arts and Culture.
Awesome. How much do you need? Did you already say that?
We're hoping to raise $250,000 for that, which will include lighting and landscaping, the sculpture and everything. And so, we're really grateful. We're really grateful.
What's the time frame of this project?
We're probably looking at 2023 for installation. So we've got plenty of time. Don't wait, though.
Give
Go
money
ahead and
now.
jump in. And we're actually going to be at the Museum of North Texas History next Thursday during spring break for a free family day where people can come see the exhibition, learn more about Miss Ferris's life, and we've got some arts activities for children as well.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome, yeah. And we're about out of time for your segment. And anything else real quick that y'all are doing at the Alliance you want to plug?
No, just
all the stuff.
Go to our website. We have a lot going on. We've got
do,
great online lessons for kids. We've got another downtown mural project coming up in the next few months. It'll be finished. There's a lot happening in our arts community. So we've also got a calendar with arts and culture events. So just go check out our website and see what's happening.
Yay! All right, awesome.
Heck yeah.
Well, something I knew I have to wink at Anthony now. Okay.
Oh, this is so
And the
nice.
music starts playing there. Well, gosh, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
and
thank you for
it's
having
always
me.
good to
Thank you
see
so much.
you. This is kind of our Women's History Month, women,
Yes.
strong women, and we're going to tie Karsten into this somehow as well.
Okay.
But coming up next, Driven by Purpose is her website. She's a life coach and does all that sort of stuff. And that's going to be Therese Teasley coming up next. When we come back, thanks, Ann.
Thank you.
Four incredible radio stations. That's who we are. We are Town Square Media, and we bring the best of radio to the North Texas area. Wake up early with News Talk 1290. That's us. How about Kelly Raspberry on 92.9 NIN? Yep, that's us. Bringing you the best of country with 102.3 The Bull. That's us. And rocking it all day long with 106.3 The Buzz. That's us. We are Town Square Media, and we're proud to be a sponsor of the Social Space.
Welcome back to the Social Space, episode 101 with real live music. I mean, we loved having Polly Pocket. She gave us a free track to use for 100 episodes, but as she'll tell you, she loves to come be our band on the other show, and we got old Anthony to come do that for this show, so we appreciate it. Thanks, man.
The real deal.
Jackie Hager over there still, Andrew Bell over there still, and now joining us, let's see, you're a life coach, an author, a speaker, Therese Teasley, Driven by Purpose.
Yes.
Therese.
Say that again. What did you say?
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
That's all. All right, Therese, tell us a little bit about yourself. You were telling us at the break before we started that you're brand new to the area, so tell us how you got here and why you became a life coach.
Okay, so I am originally from Pontiac, Michigan, so I'm a long way from home. And I got here because I wanted to start something new and fresh, and I'm looking for land so that way I can open a healing house, because I am a holistic life coach, and I believe that natural medicine is the best medicine for individuals that have been abused mentally, physically, spiritually, sexually, in all those different areas. And so that's the main reason I became a life coach. I just didn't know which path I wanted to take, because I'm trying to define who I am in my process. But because I'm driven by my purpose, I discovered that I am a spiritual lifestyle life coach. And I just want to make that message clear to anyone that decides to work with me. And
Awesome.
so that's all of it.
Hey, we're glad to have you.
Yes.
You just heard Texas was awesome. You left that part out, so you came here.
Texas is awesome.
We love to hear that, Texas.
Hot, cold, hot.
We never ask you about where you're from. We're always like, but you like Texas, right?
Listen, I like it, but I experience the same seasons I do at home. Yeah. I thought I was coming away from the snow, the rain, the ice, all of that, but
We've had
no.
a lot this year.
A lot.
Yeah. This isn't normal.
So, no, what got you to Wichita Falls?
So I have a friend, she was like, you should come stay here and give it a try. So I was like, okay, let me come, because it reminds me of home. It's not too big, but it's not too small. And I was like, I believe I can do some things here. And so once I got here, I was like, oh my goodness, it's like home, and it's very nice here so far. So I've seen.
Yeah.
Well,
Is that
good.
your friend that you came with?
Yes, that was my
Give
friend.
her a shout out.
Yes, Marshane Cooper is in the building. She's a cook.
So, Teresa, in the short amount of time that we get to visit with you today, what are a few words of wisdom of living a healthier, fuller life? What would you share with us?
So I want to tell you guys, 2020, I was 262 pounds.
Wow.
And so I had experienced some discomfort in my body. And so I had to go on a journey of healing. And so I actually lost 60 pounds in 5 months.
Wow.
But it wasn't so much that it was just the weight. It was actually something spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, because I had lost my father in 2018. So I was dealing with grieving. Mm-hmm. And so I had to lose the weight. I had to get rid of everything. And so I want to encourage people to not look at it as just being food. Look at every area of your life. So that's where the health piece come. And then the lifestyle, you want to make sure you're eating right, you're meditating, and you're finding what makes you happy in order to live healthier, whole, full lives.
That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we got a guy who runs at lunch every day, and Jackie does her thing. I box it. I do virtual reality boxing at lunch now.
There you
Oh,
go.
wow.
And it's just you gotta treat your body good. You
do.
know,
Yeah.
to
Yes.
feel good. I feel like.
Therese, tell us about some of your coaching programs.
So some of them, the ones that I have currently, I do a lot of meditation. So I actually offer meditation in the beginning of our coaching, and then I do one-on-one coaching. I do group coaching, and a lot of my coaching right now is virtual, because like I'm new to the area and I still want to be able to experience people all over the world. And so I also hold a space where individuals can tell their story throughout the coaching program. So it's like I have two different ones. One is the Driven program, and then one is Breakthrough, because I actually wrote a book called Breakthrough Awaits. And so it helps people to identify different areas they need to work on. And so I just base the program off of the book, and so that way we can help them get their breakthroughs that they need.
That's
and
awesome.
then the other one, Driven, to just help you to identify your purpose and what it is that you work hard to do.
You know, Teresa,
Sounds
I think
right up your alley.
It is. It is. I mean, it's kind of been a year transformation for a lot of us. But I have to tell you, and this, I did not know this about you till as we're recording this. I just started the extra layer of this journey we're all on, but especially myself, in meditating.
I was going to ask you if you meditate.
Yes.
I like meditating.
So I just started this like 2 weeks ago, and it has been really interesting to me, because people, I always said, I don't have the personality to meditate. That's not true.
Those thoughts flying through there.
Yes,
It's
it's
tough.
just going 24/7. And I have to tell you, in 2 short weeks, I can tell a huge difference. How important is it for someone to meditate?
It's very important because you said something about your mind racing, your thoughts.
Yes.
So you need to be able to sit with your thoughts, your emotions, and your feelings and know that it's okay. Because sometimes we try to shut it off right away, but some of that stuff needs to come up. It actually needs to show up so you can see what it is that you need to heal or that area that you need to heal. Because like me, I held on to my father's death and that grieving. I was grieving the process. And so it was like causing me to have heart palpitations. And then you'll run to the hospital, but they don't see anything wrong because it's internal. So when you meditate and you get those thoughts, they'll slowly start to go away, but you push them away when you meditate because you're becoming conscious. Like it's that thought. You're able to control it and be like, you know what? I am not a victim. I am healed. I am whole. So you put those positive affirmations and those positive thoughts back into your mind so that way you can control the situation.
Oh my goodness. So there's all different kinds of ways to heal.
Yeah,
I love
gosh,
this.
Teresa,
Yeah.
I honestly could talk about this type of thing.
Yeah.
I really could. We're almost out of time for your segment. How can people get a hold of you? How can they?
So if you want to find me, I have a website. It is www.tereseteasley.com. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram, and it's under Driven by Purpose, but Purpose is spelled PURPOS 3. So that way you can find me on my website and on Instagram and Facebook. And also, I go by T Nicole because that's my author name. So T-E-A, Nicole, Nicole. You can find me on Facebook.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I Googled her. I always research the guests, and it comes up. All that comes up. So just if y'all have trouble, just Google it.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate you being here, Teresa.
Yes.
I guess once again, this is kind of our Women's History Month. So we're doing Strong Women. Which up next is our producer, Carson Perry. We're gonna have to find a way to link this to Strong Women, but I think I have an idea how.
Every strong woman has a strong man behind her. So there it goes.
Teresa, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.
Summer always seems like it'll last forever. Until it doesn't. Yeah, I guess it's that time of year again. Don't be caught off guard. Get ahead of the problem. Let James Lane make sure your unit's ready for 90 one day and 30 the next. Be ready for anything and everything with James Lane Air Conditioning and Plumbing. When you need us, we're there.
Welcome back to the Social Space live band. Anthony and Haley's here. What a show so far, huh?
Yeah.
I'm glad to have you guys back.
Yes.
Gosh, Jackie, you've been doing grand openings. Andrew Bell, she loves it.
Oh,
Jet
she
setting
loves
around.
Well, I just love grand
Being a
opening
cheerleader at a
businesses.
grand opening.
I always find me some new friends wherever I go.
And somebody always says, as Jackie's bussing tables, I've never seen a
Yes.
marketing table work. So, what do you mean a marketing company? The owner.
We were bussing, or I was bussing some tables this weekend. But
Jackie,
you know when
she's cleaning a toilet.
Oh, yeah.
no, I haven't done that in a while. But when you
In a while, she's
in a
done.
while. But you know when you show up and you're part of the team and you open, you do whatever's got to get done.
Absolutely.
And at that point,
This marketing team.
Yes.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
And at that point, bussing tables needed to get done, and we did it.
There you
So
go.
there we are.
That's awesome, Jackie. Well, we've got a guy on now who's always behind the scenes, making sure everything runs smoothly.
Yes.
But he's in charge of a really cool thing coming up, the type of thing we like to promote here on the show. So we have Carson Perry here with FallsCon. Carson,
Thank you.
the person nobody at work sits physically closer to each other than Carson.
We're just back to
Our
back.
backs touch practically. So this is actually further away from the furthest I've ever been from him since he started. But thanks for being here, Carson.
Yeah, man.
And you didn't come in here talking about you were running this thing, and I know how when you're not at work, you're working on this thing a lot. What is FallsCon?
Oh man, and I'm sorry, Jackie, you had to find out this way. I'm a huge nerd, so
There we go.
this is the way you're finding out.
She wouldn't have hired you if you'd known.
Exactly.
That's not true.
No, FallsCon is a tabletop gaming convention here in Wichita Falls. And tabletop gaming, we're talking board games, card games, tabletop role-playing games, like everything you can think that if people are sitting around a table playing games, we're going to be having it. It's March 17th through the 20th, so that's this upcoming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
So yeah, it's coming up quick. And it's taking place at the Nexus Game Lounge over on Seymour Highway.
Where exactly is that on Seymour Highway? Is there some landmarks people might
Yeah, it's
know
over
around?
by, Crush,
Crush.
the Crush
Yes.
workout
Crush
gym.
NTX.
Yes.
Yeah. It's literally basically in that same building, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, they share a building.
And now
So-
that place normally does gaming and that type of stuff.
Oh yeah,
right?
and the Nexus Game Lounge, they opened back in December, so they're actually a really new business to Wichita Falls as well, and they have a fantastic place with really beautiful tables and chairs you can sit in for hours to just sit and play and enjoy each other's company and stuff like that. So yeah, it's going to be a great location for it.
So how many people do you think are going to come to the event, or how many are y'all expecting?
Well, the past few years, last year, I should say 2020, because we didn't have one last year because, sadly, pandemic and things. But in 2020, we had over 130 people arrive. Yeah.
Oh. Nice.
So, yeah, and people come from all over. I mean, of course, majority of them are from the local areas, but we had people coming in from El Paso, from out of state, to come and enjoy a weekend of gaming. So.
That's
cool. This is what I love about this show. I mean, I feel like we all learn so much about the different things that are going on. I mean, who knew this existed, first of all? And
Carson's like, I'm hoping a bunch of people.
Exactly.
And I beg to say, like, do you have to be an expert to show up and participate?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. One thing that we really want this event to be is kind of to introduce a lot of these hobbies to the community at large. And a lot of people, when they think of board games, they might think of Monopoly or something, something you play when it's rainy outside, you don't have anything else to do, and you get bored and flip the table after a few hours of it, right? But what we have is at the convention we have a massive board game library with stuff that I think a lot of people probably haven't seen, but with teachers and people there ready to show you what's going on, how to play the game, and even if you pull a game off and one of our teachers doesn't know exactly how to play that game, they've read so many rule books and stuff, they know how to pick that game up very quickly and, get you up to speed as quickly as possible.
Is there a grand prize winner or anything?
Oh, well, it depends on what event you're in. So we have events going on. We have, like I said, we have a board game library. It's going to have hundreds of board games for you to pick. Everyone can come in and play all weekend long with that.
Okay.
We do have tournaments for the more competitively minded people. All right, you don't have to play in a tournament if you're going, but you can if you want. And one such tournament, we have a Magic the Gathering tournament that's going to have $500 in cash prizes.
Wait a minute. The Magic what?
Magic the Gathering. It's a trading card game. Kind of. The thing I kind of related to is like Pokemon trading card game. I know people have seen that or are aware of that.
Yeah.
But that particular tournament, $500 at least, depending on attendance. That number will probably go up.
Yeah,
and we think it will.
At our house, we're real big into Uno.
Shoots and ladders?
Uno's great.
Yes.
Uno
is great.
Oh, you hit somebody with that collect 4?
Quinn, my 4-year-old, she'll throw down +4. But Carson, since this is new to me and I didn't know you were into this type of stuff, what is one of your favorite games to play?
Man, that's a great question. So there's a game called, kind of a silly name, but a board game called King of Tokyo.
Okay.
Think of Yahtzee, but instead of just rolling dice and boringly adding the points, you roll dice, you're playing as giant monsters like Godzilla or King Kong, and you're trying to punch each other out, fight over in a city, and you blow up, you destroy the city. And the entire gameplay is just rolling some dice, and it's very Yahtzee-like, but with a much more fun kind of wrapping, I guess.
Yeah.
It's really that's a really, talking about younger kids, that's an easy game to teach kids. It's a great family game. It's a great game for people who have only ever played Uno or Yahtzee or Monopoly or something like that to come in and play.
Do we need to have every new employee come be on the show so we
think
can learn
so.
more about them? I guess we should talk to you more, Carson.
No kidding, because we didn't know Matt was a magician when he came to work here.
Yeah.
And he is not only a magician, he's an over-the-top amazing magician.
He's so good. Oh my gosh.
It's scary,
yes.
he's so good.
Yes.
We did not know this about you.
And this
Maybe
is
we should all talk about it.
Maybe we should talk.
Well, I mean, might come out and see something cool and kind of see, experience it for the first time.
How do we get tickets?
Yeah. Well, the easiest way is to just go to www.fallscon.net.
Okay.
The homepage right there, you can buy your tickets. You can also, if you want to register for an event, like if you are once again one of the more competitively minded folk, you might want to register for events early. That can all be done on the homepage at fallscon.net. There's also, of course, we have an entire agenda that you can download and look. We seriously have dozens and dozens and dozens of things going on. I didn't even talk about our cosplay contest on Saturday. We have a nerd swap meet on Sunday where people can just bring in their collections, their collectibles, their nerd stuff, and buy, sell, trade at like a big garage sale. That's going to be cool on Sunday.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the cosplay's dressing up as your favorite character.
Yeah, I should say costume contest. Yeah.
That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's real neat. All right, Carson, thank you so much. I'm glad
Thank you for having me.
we finally got to know you. You've only been here for 6 months. And glad you could be a part of Women's History Month. And we also thank Therese Teasley and Ann Arnold Ogden. What a great show today was.
Yes.
And also, Anthony Ailey is going to be joining us from here on out. And so I want to, until we get him a microphone, I'm going to have to give his date. So he's going to be at Blue Ostrich Winery. That's out there in St. Joe. I helped them plant that vineyard. Anyway,
No way.
there you go. Yeah. He's going to be out there the 19th of March. All right. Thank you, and we will see you guys next week.